And in 2014, we set up ABL Aviation to lease aircrafts and advise our investors worldwide. We saw that there was a void in the market for asset managers. There were lessors that were working with one investor and that had a very specific kind of investment. And we saw that there was a void in the market as asset manager with different kind of investors and different requirements. So that's why we set up ABL Aviation to make sure that we manage assets as a fully independent asset manager so that there's no conflicts of interest and we can advise different investors on different strategies on the investments on aircrafts and on the return that they expect. While we see it in the future, I think we are going to go into more asset classes. We are already looking at the shipping industry, but we are going to keep developing ABL Aviation and other sectors with the same strategy as an asset manager. We will invest in assets for our investors as an asset manager and applying what was a success for us as ABL Aviation for the aviation sector in other sectors. We just leased a 787-9 under an AFIC JOLCO. This was the first time JOLCO and AFIC were combined together. And that was to show again the innovation of ABL Aviation. We always make sure that we are very innovative in our structures and we always push our limits to make sure that we do transactions that are different than what everybody else is doing in the market and to have some pinch of innovation into it. That's very important for us. And it's always to push it for more innovative deal, more creative deal, and that's what we like to do. The team is It is honestly an amazing global team with multiple nationalities. I think we're at 12 nationalities now. It's about 50-50 men and women.
ABL is different to work for because it's a young, growing company which allows you the opportunity to get experience in every aspect of the business. You're certainly not pigeonholed. You get exposure to all the different sides of the business. And it's a young, growing, dynamic team, and it allows you the opportunity to grow with the company.
When I think of investors wanting to invest in aviation, I would like for them to think of ABL Aviation as the ideal partner. Firstly, I think to achieve that we need to continue to deepen our global presence that already exists. Secondly, I'd like to, from my perspective, continue to push on the kind of automation benefits that we can gain through technology and through superior modeling that improves the investment decision-making of our investors and our clients. And then thirdly, I'd like to be sitting here in a year from now thinking that we closed some really innovative transactions that were the first that had ever been done. So kind of combined, when I put all that together, I want the market to view us as the premier independent asset manager when investors want to invest in aviation.
So my name is García Merino. I'm Vice President of the CEO's Office of ABL Aviation. I joined the company almost 2 years ago. And basically, I started as an investor relations in the company. I developed my career together with the rest of the team. And now I'm not only working with the clients, with investors, but also working with the rest of the team with all the ongoing innovative deals that we are closing in ABL Aviation. For me, what makes ABL Aviation special is the team. So we have an amazing team. We have people all around the globe. We have people from different backgrounds, and the main thing is that every voice is here. Since the moment you get into the office, you will provide something to the team. You will generate value, not only to the team, but to the final investor, to the client.
ABL gave me the opportunity to work in an area that I had no previous experience in, and with that I've been involved in many other projects, even in terms of marketing, kind of working on different events. So it's great in the fact that it really gets you or gives you the opportunity to work in each area of the company. Making my job, it's taking the hard raw data crunching out of it, and we can then concentrate our efforts in the kind of high level analysis of the data that we have.
Because it's a small team, it actually has real significance, real meaning. So if you're doing a credit report, it's going into investors' hands. It's not going through 5 other pairs of hands to be reviewed. It actually has an impact on how the business does business, and you feel like you have a say or an equal voice in the direction of the business.
So I'm Goutham. I'm a technical analyst in ABL Aviation in Dublin office, and as part of my work, I'll be mainly working on the technical analysis of our fleet and the maintenance cost forecasting of all the maintenance events of all our aircrafts over the lease term, and managing of assets by using asset management tool, managing our current fleet.
Well, I've always been interested in the aviation industry ever since I was a young girl. I've always wanted to be a pilot, but unfortunately with my eyesight, it was not possible, unfortunately. So I was like, okay, one day I have to at least get myself in the door somewhere. And then when I was given the opportunity to work for ABL, I grabbed it with both hands and I was like, this is a start for me. So